FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Okay, here's kind of an interesting little Stephen Colbert thing, because we talked a little bit about how, you know, are people laughing at the things his character says, or are they laughing with the things? You know, are there people who are laughing with the things his character says, which is an old debate that goes back to, you know, Archie Bunker when I was, you know, a kid, and he says, I just thought his personal story was really interesting. He goes, I once did a piece about how diverse the population of delegates was at the National Democratic Convention. African Americans, Native Americans, Jews, environmentalists, or tree huggers, as I would call them. And by the way, he's speaking out of character in this conversation. Homosexual rights lobbyists, union workers, Gandhi Indians, as I call them, as opposed to Sitting Bull Indians, that kind of thing. I got them all together on a panel, and I tried to get them to agree on things. Of course, I picked very divisive topics, and it ended up being a cacophony that I just walked out of, like I couldn't wait to get to the Republican convention where everyone spoke with one voice. Then I went to do a piece at the Republican convention. It had been kind of a dull night. Madison Square Garden was empty, but I'm sitting in the bleachers and I'm thinking, how am I going to cut this together into something? And a guy comes over in one of those, here's your cowboy hat for being at the convention cowboy hats. And he says, I'm from Bush headquarters in Dallas, and I gotta tell you, I love that piece you did on the Democrats and how many crazy different kinds of people they have. I mean, what are they thinking? They're never gonna get that coalition together. And I said, oh, that's interesting. You know, that was ironic, that the whole point of the piece was that it's a nice effort to try to get those kinds of people together. It was really kind of a celebration of what they were doing, and the idea that the Republicans are all one voice is a criticism of what is essentially the patriarchal power structure still propped up by the white Christian male leadership of the Republican Party. And he goes, huh, well, I'll take your word for it, but it was funny as hell, man. At the headquarters, we play it all the time.